First light in Whitby, the harbour's quiet, just the low murmur of the tide and a few gulls wondering if it's worth bothering yet. The Melanie S slips gently through the water, heading downriver like she knows the way, which of course she does. We pass under the swing bridge and up on the headland, St Mary's watches over us, that same church that helped settle the date of Easter at the Synod of Whitby, and the same one where Dracula came creeping into fiction. A lot of history for a little hill. This morning the church looks down on us, maybe offering a quiet blessing for the day ahead, or maybe just wondering what sort of crew El-Denio's managed to rope in this time. I'm Gary Bender, narrating the tale. Glenn's with us too, he's behind his lens. Says he's here for a bit of social history. Personally, I think it's therapy. He seems calmer out here, salt air. No idiots, no nasty sister, no one stealing his work, no emails. This is Dean Clews, better known as Dino, or when he's feeling fancy, El-Denio. Skipper of the Melanie S steady hand, steel nerves. Shows emotion about as often as the swing bridge works properly. He's been at this a long time, but today's different. Today the old crew's gone. Kippers and Jib Jab. Not a joke, those were their actual names. Father and son, a solid pair. Reliable, rough as sandpaper, but they knew what they were doing. Jib's jumped ship for another boat. He's now on the Abbey Lee. Kippers, well, no one's quite sure. Some say he's on land, others say he's in Sicily with his buddy Fernando. Either way, he's not on deck, and Glenn misses him and his banter. In their place, George and Ben, young, strong, full of whatever it is you have before your back goes and hair falls out. George is just 19, but don't be fooled, he's been at sea since he was 9, fishing with his dad on the Amanda M. That lad's forgotten more about lobster than most ever learn. Ben's 20, fit, sharp, and still has that look of a lad who thinks cold water's just a concept. They've got energy, they've got guts. But the big question today is, can they earn their keep? First set of pots comes up like a slow motion gamble. Seaweed, sand, then the rattle of claws. Not bad. A couple of keepers, not a windfall but a start. But here's the thing with lobster fishing. Every haul's a question. Will there be enough? Enough to cover the fuel, the bait, the boat, the tea, the pub later? By mid-morning, things aren't looking great. A few strings in a row with barely a keeper between them. George and Ben keep hauling, no complaints. But you can see it. They're counting in their heads. Dino's face doesn't change, but I've seen that look before. It's the look of a man who's already added up the catch and come up short.
We're that far south from Whitby here now. We're working amongst the Scarborough boats. So I'm surprised we haven't been run out of town.
One pot comes up heavy, 4 solid lobs, a bit of crab, even Glenn gives a small nod behind the camera. And for Glenn, that's basically jumping for joy. The mood shifts. A few more decent pots follow. Not a bounty, but enough to keep hope alive.
Is that a day, half a day before the sinking?
Wednesday the 4th of June to 1200 UTC, Thursday the 5th of June 2025. General situation. The west to southwesterly airflow will continue to affect the British coastal waters during the next 20
These white things here on the side of the pots, these are squid eggs. These are squid eggs? Squid eggs. Squid eggs.
Fast weather can change.
It'll be lovely again in a minute.
Yeah. Never more. Never more. That fucking touching, did I? Good. Come on, read it. Middle of the night. Okay, yeah, okay, wait a minute, yeah. Low track,
We are back in Whitby, the numbers are in. 30 kilograms of lobster, half a box of crab. That's 10 kilos more than last time I was out, back when Kippers and Jib Jab were still manning the deck. But the sea's a fickle boss. Lobsters might be up, but the price is down. What was once £21 a kilo is now £14.50. That's supply and demand, they tell me. Doesn't help your bank balance, though. George tells me that the money is split 4 ways. The boat gets 1 share, whilst the skipper and 2 deckhands get a share each. After costs, diesel, bait, all the rest, the boys will take home about £125 each. Not bad for a morning's work, but not exactly yacht money either. The pub might see a bit of it. The girlfriends might get a drink out of it. The rest might go towards new boots, new wheel bearings, or maybe even car tyres, or perhaps just a kebab. I'm not judging. It's been a great day. Something about being on the boat with the boys is very enjoyable. Just as we're packing up, a mate turns up with a surprise. 4 big boxes of fresh mackerel, still cool from the sea, bait for tomorrow. Fresh mackerel's the good stuff, like caviar for crustaceans. Some say it brings luck, others just like the smell. Either way, it's a good sign. So that's today's tale. A new crew finding their sea legs. Dino doing what Dino does. Glenn quietly documenting it all. Salt on the lens, wind in the wires. Tomorrow, they'll do it all again. Same tide, different day. And who knows? Maybe the sea will be kinder.